Welcome to the Astrotherapy podcast. I am your host, Ciela Winter, and I am thrilled to dive deep into the inner realms of provocative thought while discovering an array of astrological and psychological insights to accompany us on this quest of self-inquiry. Hello there, greetings from Jackson, Wyoming, and from the inside of my liquefaction at this moment in my cocoon, which I'm finding myself in voluntarily. I don't think so. But sometimes this is just what happens in life. Definitely finding myself in a very intense cycle. Who else out there is feeling obliterated by the moment? And still smiling. How many of you are still smiling? How many of you are finding the silver lining of the eventual rebirth that you may catch a glimpse of in the process of death to whatever it is that you are dying to? We are in the midst of quite a cycle here. I've been looking very carefully at the eclipse cycle that we entered into in October as we initiated the Aries-Libra axis of relationship. And we completed the Taurus-Scorpio axis of resource and depth of value and what is important. And ever since October, we've been in a particular kind of frequency, if you will. And I'm watching this play out and with anticipation for the upcoming eclipses, March 25th of the full moon lunar eclipse, and April 8th, the solar new moon eclipse. I have a feeling that this spring will come with a bit of a bang. And, doing our work all along the way can be very helpful. Doing our pre-work, so to speak. So, take notice. Let's observe together. Let's ride this through together, end of March into April. And then April 20th is the elusive and powerful conjunction between Uranus and Jupiter. And that will be also very revealing. So here I am, liquefying, feeling it all, and sharing my moment with you. So the question on this Virgo full moon is, I'm questioning everything this full moon. Are you? Tracing Virgo's genesis, you will come to the Vestal Virgin, representing the purest of pure. The Vestal Virgins were the priestesses of Vesta, who were honored to guard the temple's sacred fire, or the original hearth. This sacred fire is both literal and metaphorical, a fire that represents both the cosmic and the terrestrial, and is both ancient and eternally new. Welcome to the paradox of Virgo. Today, we have a full moon in Virgo, reflecting the sunlight from the mystical Piscean waters, as well as a deep stare down with both Mercury and Saturn on either side of the sun. There is something very potent about this moon and the intensity that it brings regarding communication, perspectives, and the karmic angle wedged between both, and construction happening next door. Be vigilant in conversation and observe from where you are speaking. It just might make or break an important bond. Virgo, in essence, is a purifying sign, one that holds a high standard represented by the purity of the eternal flame. And if invited to reach for the Virgoan bar, be aware that perfection does not exist in this plane of reality, And the only other place to fall is into perfection. Many of us humans can live with this, but for a Virgo, it can be a hard pill to swallow. Vesta is the Roman virgin goddess of family, home, and the sacred hearth. A full moon in Virgo is an invitation to return home to a part of yourself, and yet to do it, there is a required act of purification. What is it that you need to detoxify from your system? Negative beliefs, mechanistic ways of being, disorder in your communication. Most likely, you will be encouraged to align with a deeper knowing that is ready to slough off any superficiality that has crept into your sphere of influence. So take what you can into the sanctuary of your inner fire. And health is also on the table. As you might hear in my voice, I'm experiencing this for sure. Are you one of many whose immune systems have been deeply taxed over the last few months? I ask this as I raise my hand. The emotional turbulence has been real in this world at a time of war with little peace. And when one part of our world or body is at war, everyone's body is at war. There is no way around this, as there is no separation, just various degrees of awareness and justification. It is a sad day to witness so many human lives being destroyed, and yet due to the perpetual numbing of our culture, somehow becoming accepted as simply the way it is. This is not just the way it is the way we have become. Those of us not in the immediacy of danger or externalized war today have a responsibility to do our part, to work on ourselves, and to become more and more real. You never know when war will come knocking, whether in your homeland reality, physically embodied, or within the inner psychic landscape. And now the vestal virgin of my psyche is pleading with me to simplify my life, to purify the false, and to release what is not in service of my health, wellness, and general well-being. Currently, I am at war within myself, and I need to replenish. I've both been reluctant to let go of what has been and simultaneously navigating some incredibly deep karmic processes of reclamation beyond lineage. As a Taurus moon, and some of you probably can relate out there, I can also be stubborn in letting go. Sometimes I will hold on because it feels better to do so in the moment, and it is a rugged journey to move through a death process, understanding it is necessary to do so even when it hurts. I am human after all, and humans are prone to attachments. Saturn conjunct Sun, conjunct Mercury, opposing this Virgo moon, is indicative of the need to disentangle elements of the mind from the karma that binds it. This can only be done through a thorough analysis, a superpower of the Vestal Virgin who sees by knowing and understands through observation. Virgo also knows how to let go, to release what is inefficient in order to organize and clarify moving forward. Questions are arising in every arena of my life right now. And when this happens, I know I am in for a sea change and I buckle up. The questions are inviting me into loosening the grip of my most recent reality. And here I am, asking them of myself with as much courage as I can muster. And why courage? Because if you are willing to ask, you must be ready to know. So my question is, what's coming up for you? All my best to you, dear ones. And please receive the peace of my heart that lives inside these words.